Ladies and gentlemen, are FTX lawyers stealing $20 million dollars from investors? I can't believe this. I came across this news story, and I want you to tell me, after I talk about what's going on here, I want you to tell me if you think this is theft. Just let me know down in the comments. So, get this. The lawyers and advisors in the FTX bankruptcy have billed nearly $20 million dollars for only 51 days of work. What is that, like $400,000 per day? I mean, if they're working an 8 hour day, that's $50,000 per hour. That's insanity, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, FTX top bankruptcy legal and financial advisors have billed the company more than 19.6 million in fees for work done in 2022, according to a Texas bankruptcy court filing. More than 10 million of that was for the work done in November 22nd, and when the empire was crumbling, essentially filing for bankruptcy protection. So here's the thing. Those firms will only be paid a little over 15.5 million or 80%. So they're not going to get the full payout. Poor guys, they're not going to get the full 20 million. They're only going to get 15.5 million because under a court order, the judge says they don't need to get the full 20 million. I mean, that's thankful for fair judges, right? Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what to think about this. So if you're not sure how some of these laws work in the U.S., let me explain something. I had an accountant of mine years ago who explained this to me. In the U.S., when there's like legal judgments and court filings and like bankruptcy's an obvious one, the accountants and lawyers are always going to be paid before the judgment. They're the only people in the world, or the only profession really, that would get a payout. The only quote unquote vendor, if you would, that would get paid before the judgment goes to, the victim, so to speak. So this $20 million, they're gonna get paid before any investors get paid. And this, listen, I think it's fine that lawyers and accountants get paid in a situation like this. I think it's fine that they get paid first. But how do we determine what is fair billing? I mean, $20 million. Are you kidding me? And the problem with this is there's really no oversight on are they doing quality work or not. Anytime you have a bureaucratic machine like this, there's technically the lawyers were doing work directly for FTX. And if FTX wasn't in bankruptcy and they hired a law firm, they could say, "Hey, we think your bills are too high. You're not doing, good enough work for us, so you could fire one lawyer and hire another one." But in this situation, it's one of those things where it's like the lawyers know that it's basically some sort of court appointed CEO or, whatever, guardianship or however you want to say it, receivership or however, who's going to be responsible for paying these bills. Those individuals aren't in a position to understand if the work they did was worth $20 million or not. And I mean, let me know, but $20 million sounds like an exorbitant fee. Like that sounds like it's insanely high. And to understand that there is money getting recovered from the FTX bankruptcy, like it appears, I've been following the story. It looks like there is some funds coming for investors. They're going to be able to recoup some of those funds, but before they get any of it, $20 million is going to go to these quote unquote experts, these lawyers, these advisors, for 51 days worth of work. Now, if you come through here, they explain what they were doing and who they were. And this article really paints them in a kind of a positive light. They were top-notch lawyers and advisors from around the world, and they were using their highest paid lawyers on this because it was so important. And they talk about, this just speaks to how, where is it? Somewhere it says they have more than 24 partners on the FTX case, according to the filings. The legal filings offer a glimpse into the ferocious work advisors have done to untangle FTX's complex web of accounts and slipshod accounting standards. Okay, who wrote this? Like, if this doesn't seem like it was written for a PR firm working directly for these legal offices, I don't know what does. I mean, the legal filings offer a glimpse into the ferocious work. I mean, could we be dramatic? I mean, like legal accounting might be considered important work. It might be challenging work. It might even be high valued work. But ferocious, I mean, that's typically for pit bulls, right? Not accountants. Like you could call a prosecutor in a criminal trial ferocious. You can call a defense lawyer ferocious. But calling the equivalent of a legal accountant ferocious, somebody who's pushing papers and I mean, okay. The ferocious work the advisors have done to untangle FTX complex web of accounts. Here's the thing. I think we could hire the best forensic accountant in the world and get it done for less than $20 million. And the other issue is this. I'm assuming these law firms already make a ton of money. But I mean, like, have a heart. Like, there's a lot of average, everyday men and women, blue collar people in the world. And must you charge the maximum amount possible just because you know some third party receivership court appointed CEO type is going to be responsible for doling out this money? And they're not necessarily capable or have the legal responsibility to fire you or deny you payment in any way. They basically are going to have to pay you whatever you bill them. I mean, listen, there's another area where we see this kind of thing happen sometimes in the normal world, and this is when sometimes an estate lawyer for a wealthy estate basically gets paid out of what's left over in the estate, and they get paid before the family gets the funds. And some of those lawyers can charge a high amount of money because there's literally no one that can fire them or say that they don't deserve those funds. And typically the estate has to pay that. Now, I don't mean you get my point. This is one of those things where it's just this inefficiency in society, or in our current society, is allowing these lawyers to charge this crazy amount of money. I want to know what you think. Do you think this is fair? Now, I was thinking before I made this video, I've got a lawyer friend of mine who's done some legal work for me before, and I thought to myself, I wonder what he would say about this. I feel like he would say, well, they can legally do that by law. They can bill whatever they feel is, fair. And he may, because he's biased towards the legal profession, take up for this law firm, or these law firms, I should say. I would love to know what your thoughts are. I mean, this feels a little, I mean, I don't know. It feels a little bit like it's in a gray zone getting closer to black. I mean, it looks like theft to me, but maybe I'm just, you know, too biased here. Here's another thing. You got to understand, it almost feels like the system is taking care of the system. FTX has been backed by the mainstream system forever. The SEC never stopped FTX. We got the SEC. Just did a video. If you haven't seen it, go watch the last video I did. I'll try to remember to link it above. But I just talked about how the SEC is looking. There's a rumor that they're looking to ban crypto staking. That's 23% of all crypto values, because they quote unquote, by the way, it's retail crypto staking, which I don't know if I made that point in the video or not, but it's retail crypto staking, meaning they're not necessarily saying that businesses can't stake crypto and earn profits, but the average retail investor can't, because somehow they're trying to protect the retail investor. But they couldn't catch FTX. The SEC never caught Bernie Madoff. 1/3 of all congressmen received donations from FTX, political donations. So the Congress didn't necessarily protect us against FTX, and now these corporate lawyers are billing $20 million. Can we just quickly figure out what that hourly rate would be? Let's figure that out real quick. I was doing some math here. I don't know if that's right. Let's figure it out. So let's just assume they're working 24 hours a day. 51 days times 24 hours equals, okay, 1224. So it's technically 19.6 million that they were billing. Okay. Divide by 1224. That's $16,000 per hour. And that's assuming you're working 24 hours a day. So if you're only working 12 hours a day, that's $32,000 per hour that they're billing at. I'm sorry, that just seems excessive. Let me know what you think. Ladies and gentlemen, I've got a video coming out tomorrow. You're not going to want to miss it. I'm currently crushing it right now in this current bear market cycle that we're in. And I'm going to cover with you tomorrow a video that I actually recorded yesterday and haven't had a chance to get it edited. So I'll have it uploaded by tomorrow morning. But I'm going to show you some strategies that I'm using that are absolutely crushing it right now in this bear market. Some passive income strategies. One strategy earned me just over 10% last month alone. It's a brand new strategy I'm implementing. I'll be talking about it in that video tomorrow. So if you want to watch that video and you don't want to miss that video, make sure you smash the subscribe button, click that bell notification icon, and click all. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. I believe decentralized cryptocurrency equals freedom. I believe cryptocurrency decentralized, I always got to put that word in there now. Decentralized cryptocurrency can potentially change the world. I love this technology and I love what it offers for average, everyday people like us. And if you love that, hopefully you'll smash that subscribe button and you'll join me on this journey. Thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I'll put that video out for you tomorrow morning. You're not going to want to miss it. Decentralized cryptocurrency equals freedom. This is Crypto Wealth. I'm out.